Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Series 5, or week number 5 of Living Well with Master Kang from Kang's Taekwondo. I'd like to go ahead and bow in properly. As a martial arts master, we always want to try to think about advocating and setting the example for other students to follow. One of the things that we do, we always are very respectful by showing our bow, our humility, emptying our cup, able to learn. So if you guys are ready, we would love to have you guys exercise together with us. So if you guys will all stand up and get ready, we're going to do a little bit of stretching first. But before we do that, we all should bow to each other. So chariot and kyungye. And if you guys can all say courtesy. And that's how we get started with our class. As you can see today, I am here at our dojang. Dojang means training hall. This is where we do all of our exercising and all of our learning. You can see behind me, we have the American and the Korean flag. And then right back there, I'm sure you can't see, but it's Grandmaster Kang. And this is one of our main training facilities here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at 6005 South Mingo. So let's go ahead and get started with our stretching, everybody. So ready to depart, put your hands on your hips, make some neck circles. We want to get stretched out and limbered up so we can not injure ourselves, reduce the risk of injury other direction. Give our muscles a chance to expand and grow, and also to increase the blood flow and circulation so we can feel better other direction. Taekwondo is a cross your arms, top to bottom exercise. So we always want to stretch every part of our body, neck, arm, shoulder, back. We're going to spread our feet apart, kind of bend over, put your arms like this, and just let your body hang for 10 seconds. 8, 6, 4, 2, and then to one side. Just try to reach for your foot. And then the other side, let me back up because we got a little bit different camera angle today. All right, if you can put your feet together, everybody. We're going to try to put our fingertips on the ground, just like this. If you can do that, try to put your palms on the ground. Okay, all right. So we've been doing quite a few martial arts moves, and we're going to get started with the review from what we did before, but we always want to remember, we want to think about not learning and using my martial arts to, harm somebody else, okay? So like my brother or my sister or just any random person, martial arts is a fun way to live well and to get in shape mentally and physically, and we never want to try to abuse anybody else. So we always do a pledge. If you can raise your right hand like this and repeat me, say, I promise what I learned here today from Master Kang, I will not use in a harmful manner against my neighbor. Okay, let's get started, guys. Put your hands like this, through your finger like that, thumb on top, go like this. We're going to punch with the right hand first and left hand, and we're going to count out loud from 1 to 10. And Master Kang, this time today, I'm going to count in Korean. Ready? Go. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo, good job. Okay, let's do some kicking now. Make sure to bend your leg. Kick like this. The side angle looks like this. You're going to bend your leg and then kick straight like that. So keep your hands up, guard your body, bend your leg, kick. 2, 3, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉. Yo. All right, very good. Let's go ahead and review some of our blocking. We have 3 blocks, high block, middle block, and then low block. And we can also do them individually. So let's have some fun with some blocking drills. Okay, put your hands up. Put your both hands up like this. Come back in the middle. Go outside. And then back down. So we're going to go up high, outside, and then low. Let's do that 3 times. High block, middle block, low block, high block, middle block, low block, high block, middle block. All right, now check this out, guys. We're going to put our feet together, and we're going to turn sideways like this, and then step back, and then put your hands up, okay? So this is called a fighting stance. We always want to try to guard our eyes, everything that's vital in the middle. That's why we blade or turn everything sideways and then guard with our hands. So with your left arm, everybody, try to raise your arm above your head like this. This is about 5 times. This is a high block. We're blocking here. Good. And then go to the outside now. So just kind of like a windshield wiper. Here, 1, 2, just back and forth. Good. And then drop the arm down low. That's called a low block. You can do it open-handed or closed-handed. Okay, you can do either side here and switch your stance if you want to. Okay, let's try that combo now. Put your hands up like this. Raise your left arm up and then go straight forward. So we're going to combine our blocking and our striking. Let's try that 5 times. High block, punch from a fighting stance. High block, punch. Here we go. That's 3 and 4. And now let's have some more fun and add a kick. Boom, just like that. Here we go. Ready? High block, punch, same leg, kick. Again, high block, punch, kick. Let's do it 3 more times. And 2 more times. Good. And last one. High block, kick, punch. I told you guys this is going to be the funnest week. Why is it going to be the funnest week? Because we're going to do some jump kicks, okay? So here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to bend one leg like this and then use the other leg. So you can use both legs while you get in the air. So it's a really simple process. Just bend one leg, use the other leg. Now try to hop in the air a little bit. You're going to bend your leg, then jump to the other side like that, okay? So bend your leg from here, and then you just jump and kick. So bend your leg here, jump, and then try to put it together. So you can take a couple of steps forward to get your momentum, then bend your leg, and then jump up and kick, just like this. So from here, we always make a fighting stance. In a fighting stance, we make a kia or like a yell, like a power scream to give us more energy. And it can make any sound that you want, so you can practice that, maybe have some fun with that. Or some people say, hi-ya, or ki-ya, or we can do whatever you want. So from here, we're going to run up, bend your leg, jump and kick with the other side. Let's give it a shot. Hands up. Don't kick any furniture over now. Don't kick the TV, okay? Be careful where you are in your spacing. You're going to run here, bend your leg, boom, and then kick. If you want to try to see how good you are, we have quantifiable measurements. We have level 1 is the belt level, level 2 is the head. Level 2 is the chest, level 3 is the head, 4 is above the head, and then 5 is all the way to my fingertips. We have some guys that can even go higher than that, and we're going to show you kind of one of our quote-unquote quarantine videos that we shot a couple Saturdays ago here outside in the parking lot. We have some of our students going to show some really good tricks, break some boards with their heads, do some nice jumping high kicks. So once again, this is called jump your foot stamp kick. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to run up like this. Boom! And then give it a shot. That's how I make my front kick. So some really cool martial arts moves. We learned some punches. We learned some kicks. We learned how to make a fighting stance. We learned how to make some blocks. We did some jumping kicks. We also learned how to make a kia or kiha, power scream, yell to give you guys some more energy. So one of the premises of this TV show is just living well. So how does Master Kang live well? Well, first of all, I always try to get enough sleep. I try to sleep between 6 and 8 hours every evening. Well, some guys are like, oh, I can't sleep an hour or 2 hours, and I wake up. And so I try to stay busy all day long. So I wake up in the morning, and I always think. Sometimes anxious thoughts come to me, and I think, well, what am I going to do? Or how am I going to plan this out? And so on and so forth. And rather than thinking about that, I think about what makes me happy? What am I grateful for? How can I successfully think about what I can do today? Just like when I was coming over here to do this TV show, it wasn't raining all morning, and all of a sudden I had all these props. I had my sword. I wrote some really cool stuff down on the dry erase board, and it started raining like 2 minutes before I had to get outside, get in my truck, and I thought, you know what? Such a dumb thought. Why am I getting depressed? You know, I get to teach so many people today, and I get to have a great experience with all these different things. And so I think a lot of times in the midst of our circumstances and what's going around outside of us here, we want to be able to change in the midst of our circumstances. What does that mean? So if something negative happens, I want to try to think and rise above how I can be content in my circumstances. Like when I wake up in the morning, if I feel anxious, I want to shift my thoughts over to feeling grateful and to feeling happy. Remember, everybody, we did some of these weapons. Remember, one of the weapons that we have is our mind. And sometimes we think, so many negative things like, I brought this here. I think everybody knows what this is here. This is a face mask. And some people would think, why do I have to wear this? This is such a negative thing. I have to wear this every single place that I go. But you can think of it this way. Not is it just for your safety. It's about loving other people too. So nobody else, hopefully we can reduce the risk of people getting sick, things like that. And those are how I can be changed in the midst of my circumstances. What else do I do to live well? Here's what I do. I brought this awesome, what is that right there? Is that like some super Tang, or is that some crazy orange juice, or what do you got there, Master Kang? Well, every single day, at least, I say every single day, 5 days a week, I try to make fresh juice. What does that mean? I have this juicer. I can put whatever fruits and vegetables in there, smash that stuff down, and then it comes into this great liquid energy. So rather than filling up with a bunch of frosted flakes and Pop-Tarts and greasy bacon every single day, day in and day out, year after year, guys, that affects you, So I started juicing probably about 10 years ago, and it has changed my world. I used to have allergies all the time. Every time when spring came around, I was sneezing. Guys, that never happens anymore. And I attribute a lot of it to the healthy juice that brings. And then usually what I do is I try to plan my day out instead of like, I have to do this and I have to do that. Well, what do I get to do? I get to be able to teach. I get to be able to touch the life. I get to be able to have purpose in my life so I can achieve those different things. I hang out with my baby. I usually run at least 40 to 50 miles every single week as a part of my training. And I also get to teach class and, live a healthy lifestyle. So that's how I try to live well. I try to think about what I'm thinking about, guarding my mind, making sure that I have a good, healthy lifestyle, not just a diet. I'm not just going to eat cake today. I'm going to lose 10 pounds and I'm going to go back to eating chips and sugar. I eat vegetables for lunch, a lot of beans and stuff like that for dinner, and I try to make a good choice about having those things that I'm inputting. I used to have a Camaro. It's a premium unleaded only, and what that means is you want to put the best stuff in there. You guys are chosen. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. So we want to put the best stuff in us, and then I always try to exercise and do a good job with those different things. So. Anyways, I want to show you guys another really cool jump kick that we've got going on in Taekwondo. So that other one was front snap kick. This one is called side kick. But to go ahead and lay the foundation down, I want to teach you guys how to make a side kick. So we're going to put our hands up like this. We're going to bring our knees up like that. And then we're going to shoot our foot out to the side. You're actually going to use the bottom of your foot. Really the knife of your foot or the heels preferable. But for right now, just lift your foot up like this, okay? And then when you do that, bring your knee up and then kick out to the side. So our hands are going to be like this. We're going to bring our knee up, try to lay down, because when you kick, if you don't lay down, it's really hard to kick. You want to lay down a little bit and then kick your leg up. The farther that you lay down, the higher that you can kick, okay? So we're going to put our hands up, bring your knee up, lay down, and then kick just like that. Now watch this. We're going to stand here, and we're going to use this front foot, and we're going to step down, and then from there, we're going to pop up, okay? So when you step down and pop up, just use that foot, and then kick straight forward. So if you can, get into your fighting stance, take a couple steps forward, stomp down, jump up, drive that knee up, turn your body sideways, and then boom, kick straight like that. So here's coming right at the camera. We're going to run here, jump up, turn, boom, and then kick side kick, okay? Looking from the side, it looks like this. We're going to stance, run, jump, turn your body, and then kick. So let's practice that a few times, guys. Put your hands up, make stance. We're going to run, Straight for the TV, straight for the camera, but don't hit your TV, okay? From here, run up, jump, boom, and then kick. Let's try it a couple more times. Run straight forward, bring your leg up, boom, and then kick. Okay, run straight up, boom, and then kick. Really good job. All right, everybody. Before we get into the video time, Master Kang wants to talk to you a little bit about the anti-bullying. Now, we've gone to so many elementary schools all across the region, and we've talked to them about how I can overcome a bully. Bullying is probably not ever going to stop. So whenever school gets back in session, Master Kang wants to give you some extra ammunition to help you guys to overcome anybody who tries to bully you verbally. Verbally means with their words. So what do? A lot of times the response is someone calls me a mean name, and I have one or two responses. I either feel really weak, have a low self-esteem, I'm no good, or I get really angry. I get really mad. So what do and how do I overcome those different things? Well, we have a program made by ex-FBI, and he made verbal judo. He used to have de-escalation with different scenes and stuff like that, and he segued that or transformed that into something for kids to help them out. So I'm going to use the mean word elephant like I did last week. So we can practice if you were on last week. If you're not, and this is the first time, we would love for you guys to get this brilliant education on learning how to live better and have that psychology in your back pocket just in case this could happen. So I'm going to use the word elephant, and I'm going to pretend to be the bully. Step number one is you breathe in and you breathe out. What does that help us do? It helps us to remain calm. And then we want to look eye to eye, make eye contact, show them that you're confident and that you're not afraid, okay? And then from there, we're just going to say politely, please stop calling me names. So let's try step number one. Everybody breathe in and out. Remain calm. Look at the other person and say, please stop calling me names, okay? Good job. That's step number one. So they may leave you alone. They may not. What if they don't leave you alone? What if they keep on trying to bully you and say, you're an ugly elephant? Then we want to use some psychology and ask them some questions. We have two questions. Question number one is there anything I did to make you mad? Let's everybody say that. Is there anything I did to make you mad? Question number two is, can you please stop calling me names? Okay, everybody say, can you please stop calling me names? Very good. So, step number one, someone tries to bully you with their words. We're using the mean word elephant, so I'm going to call you guys an elephant, and then you guys say, actually take a deep breath first. Then you guys say, please stop calling me names. Okay, that's step number one. Step number two, I'm still the bully, and I'm saying, you're an ugly elephant. And what do? You ask them two questions. Everybody say, is there anything I did to make you mad? Then you ask them another question. Can you please stop calling me names? Okay? Now, sometimes that's not enough. So maybe they keep on bullying you. You're a big old ugly elephant. And then you put your hands up for step number three and you say, look, I don't want to get in trouble. There's a teacher over there. Stop calling me names. So let's everybody try that. We want to put our hands up and then say, look, everybody say, look, I don't want to get in trouble. There's a teacher over there. Stop calling me names. So there's a way to incorporate or have the authorities, whether it's your parents, whether your teachers. Usually with children, there's an adult around within eye view or walking view or something like that you can have them help you out. So we definitely want to try to end bullying in schools. We want to try to help our children to live a much more prosperous and healthy life. So let's try this one more time. We're going to go through our 3 steps. So I'm going to call everybody an elephant. Everybody, you're an elephant. And then what do? Everybody breathe in and out and say, please stop calling me names. Okay, that's step number 1. Then the bully keeps on saying, oh, you're an ugly elephant. And then you guys say, is there anything I did to make you mad? can you please stop calling me names? And then step number 3, if they keep on bullying you, put your hands up. Say, look, I don't want to get in trouble. There's a teacher over there. Stop calling me names. Everybody give yourself a hand. That's great, everybody. So Master Kang, above anything, the reason why I teach is for the well-being of our students to live a happy and prosperous mental, physical, and spiritual life. Whether you're 4 years old, and we've had students to be all the way up to almost 80 years old. We had a 4th degree, 75-year-old grandma. She broke 4 boards with her elbow for her 4th degree black belt testing. It was really, really amazing. But other than the physical feats, we always want to try to have that benevolence or good attitude. We always want to try to bow. We say, yes, sir. So all the kids at home, we want to try to use that respect by asking your parents nicely, can I, may I, please? No talking back. Try to listen the first time. Respect your space and things like that. And then also for the adults, if you guys are tuning in, we have a little bit of a code. Some of our things that we adhere to would be self-control, patience, indomitable spirit, humility, loyalty, conviction of ultimate victory, and honesty. And so we don't really have a lot of time to go into a lot of those things, but Taekwondo, kind of like the Korean flag, there's a blue part and a red part. It all meshes together. It's like having that balance, that physical and mental strength, or that mental balance in our life. So it's not all about breaking boards, which is a lot of fun. You know, I brought my sword here today again, and this one right here is supposed to be the Musashi sword. And I got to wrap it up here pretty quick, but Musashi was a very wild man in Japan, and he wanted to be a military or a swordsman. And, you know, he got enlisted by a master or a monk, and the monk locked him up in the temple for a few years, and he said, read all these books. So as a wild and kind of undisciplined young man, you know, he was educated, and he first worked on his wisdom and learning how to control himself, and then he learned swordplay. Like I had said before, it was fabled that he challenged 100 men at one time and was the greatest martial arts swordsman in history. So a lot of those things, it's not just about our physical strength, but it's about our heart and our mind and how we can become better and more fruitful, which is called Do or path, like Taekwondo, way of life. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and see you in about 3 or 4 minutes. We did a little cool quarantine video for you guys, so they're gonna show that really quick, and then I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Hope you guys enjoy it. 차렷! 경례! 준비! Riding stance punch key up, go! 시작! Come on! Shoot! Well, we've really enjoyed being together with you guys for the past 5 weeks, and hopefully you guys have learned a lot about living well. We talked about being respectful. We talked about using our mind as a weapon and trying to think about positive things, being changed in the midst of our circumstances, eating healthy, trying to exercise as best as we can, and always trying to choose things that are positive, choose things that are breathing life. So we want to end our series on this note, and we hope you guys have a great and blessed day. Thank you so much for joining us.